What's up, US history? I hope all of you are having a great Tuesday so far. I had a lot of fun with all of you in class yesterday. It was fun to watch you begin to work as a team. And today, we are going to go back in to learning the content that we are going to learn for the upcoming project. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and begin the presentation. So, as always, we are continuing along with our Three Worlds Collide unit. Okay? Today, we will be talking about the first settlers in North America. We've mostly focused on the Native Americans, and we've focused a little bit on how the Europeans viewed the the Native Americans when they first met them. But now the Europeans are going to officially colonize North America. Or as some people would say, the Europeans are going to begin invading North America, taking over land that once belonged to indigenous people and making it their own. Our daily objective is I can tell the difference between the first European settlements in North America by doing research and completing a graphic organizer. The need to know questions answered today. This is something new that is going to be a part of our lessons moving forward. Again, the need to know questions are questions that you came up with at the beginning of our unit. And here we are going to see which ones are going to be answered in today's lesson. So those questions are, how many European countries came to the Americas? We are going to see 4 countries that come to the Americas at the beginning of settlement. Where did the English settlers settle? We're going to see the 2 main places that they began creating colonies. And then, who brought the African slaves to the US? That will only be mentioned briefly. We'll talk more about it later, but that is something that will be touched on today. So, for boy band today, as we named it yesterday, we are going to again do rose, bud, thorn. Again, a rose is something good going on in your life right now. A bud is something you're looking forward to. And a thorn is something not so good that's going on right now. Once you do your rose, bud, thorn, answer the bonus question. Would you want to be famous? If so, for what? So we're going to go ahead and pause the video, discuss the answers with yourself. Alrighty, welcome back. Now we're going to go into some fun things that you will learn today. Just a little preview of what's going on. The first ever permanent city built in North America was by the Spanish in Florida. You'll learn about that today. The land for New York City, one of the biggest cities in the world, as seen right here, was purchased for $24. This land was purchased for $24. So with that in mind, we'll learn who purchased it and why they purchased it. Also, we'll learn how France had the biggest territory in the Americas, but they didn't really build any cities. We'll talk about why a little bit. This is a map showing the 4 main countries that were a part of North American settlement. In red, we have the British and the land that they took over. In blue, there's the French, the British rivals in world history. They were right next to each other. We also have Spain, who, as you'll remember, got to the Americas first. And so they conquered all of this in yellow, but also all of South America as well. And then finally, there's the little light blue dot right there. which is where the Dutch settled. 4 countries. This is the territory that they ended up taking over. So even though there were 4 countries, there were really 3 main powers in North America. These countries will stay in our story longer than today. Okay? After today, you'll see here in a second. But the British, the French, and the Spanish. These 3 countries will be important in American history for the next few hundred years. Okay? The Dutch were also in North America for a little bit, but the British take them over pretty quickly, and we never really hear from them again. So there's 3 main powers: the British, the French, and the Spanish. And we are going to look at the first settlements that allowed these powers to dominate almost all of North America. Okay? We're going to look at the places they landed, why they landed there, and what those places looked like. Quickly, here's a few vocab words that are going to help you today. The first one is colony. Most of you know this word, but it is important to reiterate. A colony is an area under control of another country, usually very far away from that mother country, and populated by settlers from that country. A charter is a very important word that we're going to see. It is an agreement between a colony and a king that lays out the rules that the colony must obey. We'll hear about charters today. And finally, representative assembly. A representative assembly is a group of elected people in government who represent the people who elected them. Okay? We like to call America, the United States of America, a democracy. But the truth is, that's only kind of true. The United States is a representative assembly, meaning the people don't vote on every single thing. They vote for elected officials. And those elected officials then run the government for them. Okay? Representative assembly. So with that, the document that you will be filling out today is on Edmodo. There is a graphic organizer as well as 4 settlements that you will be researching. Okay? Pull up those settlements and use them to fill out the graphic organizer. You are allowed to work together if you want. Okay? Awesome. US history, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for doing your best. And I'm super excited to see you all again in person tomorrow. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day.